Now we will discuss processing of milk. As we discussed that milk is responsible for a lot of diseases such as typhoid fever, tuberculosis, brucellosis, and a lot of other diseases if it is consumed unprocessed, because that would make it capable to produce certain diseases due to the fact that it contains different pathogenic microorganisms. So that's why it's very important to process milk in a way that we come up with a healthy, nutritious and wholesome food product. And we also can have a variety of food products available to us if we can process it in a nice manner. So the milk must be stored and transported in a very hygienic condition so that we can reduce the pathogens present in the milk and in the final product. So there are different kinds of treatments given to milk for its processing. For example, we might concentrate the milk or dry to make powders, or we can also change pH of milk to make it stable for a longer time. Not only these treatments improve the shelf life of food milk product, but it also can result in different desirable properties of the final products that we make out of the milk. So there are basically different ways by which we treat the milk. First of all, it can be treated with high temperatures to kill the microorganisms, whether pathogenic or non-pathogenic. The second approach of milk processing is to reduce the water content present in milk. So this water would be less available to the microbes for their growth in the milk, so that would increase the shelf life of milk. And the third approach is increasing acidity of milk to make it sour flavor. So that low pH actually would stop the growth of many of the microorganisms, and also the undesirable flavors can be curtailed by change in the pH. Mostly we would reduce the pH of milk to a level where we can actually produce different kind of products such as yogurts and cheeses. If we talk about the thermal processing of milk, I think first and foremost important treatment is pasteurization. Mostly we do come across this kind of milk in the market because pasteurization would increase the shelf life to around a week time, and it can also make food more safer for consumption. In many countries, the pasteurization is mandatory, so all the milk that has to be sold, it must be pasteurized first, and this is happening in Pakistan as well. So basically, we have three different types of approaches or processing in pasteurization. Pasteurization can be done at different temperatures and time combinations. The first approach of pasteurization is holding method, in which the milk is heated to 62.7 degrees C for 30 minutes. So actually we hold this temperature for half an hour to decrease the microbial load from the milk, and the milk is pasteurized by this treatment. Another approach is high temperature short time, also called as HTST. So milk is heated at 71.6 degrees C for 15 seconds. So this is called as HTST process of pasteurization. Similarly, there's another approach where we use UHT or ultra high temperature treated milk, in which we normally heat the milk from 89 to 90 degrees C for few seconds. I would also like to say here that these milk temperatures or durations are not fixed. We can have different varieties of times and temperature combinations by which we can have desirable end product where most of the pathogens are destroyed, or in case of UHT milk we would want to destroy all the viable microbial cells as well as the spores of them as well. One of the essential element of all these heat treatment is that soon after this heat treatment, the milk must be brought down to low temperature of 10 degrees C, so that the heat treatment does not creates the denaturation or undesirable effects on the milk proteins. So if you look at these two approaches where milk is heated at 74 degrees C for pasteurization milk, normally this is, you can have traditional cartons or pouches in which this pasteurized milk is available. And the other approach is having very high temperature, like shown here at 138 degrees C for 3 seconds. You can have shelf stable cartons. These shelf stable cartons would have a very long shelf life of more than 1 year. Another approach is concentrating milk by removal of moisture from the milk. So there could be various amount of moisture that can be removed and various kind of products that can be achieved by these methods. Mostly we would want that milk is reconstituted by adding more water and it brings back the milk to its original shape. But there are also other kind of products that are manufactured by this method. Evaporated milk is a milk category in which we would remove half of the water from milk under vacuum, and that half amount of water would increase the shelf life of milk. And before this heat treatment, we would preheat the milk for 10 minutes to prevent the coagulation reactions, and in order to get the desirable end product. Condensed milk is another category of milk in which the milk is concentrated to 1/3 part of the original formulation of milk, and then we add 15% of sugar into this milk. So this milk, condensed milk, would have very less amount of moisture as well as higher amounts, such as around 40% of sugar present in this. So both these factors would reduce the chances of microbial growth, and hence it would increase the shelf life of milk for a longer time. So this condensed milk can be stored for a longer time. Dehydrated milk products are again another type of milk that is achieved by different kind of processings. It might include whole milk powder, skim milk powder, infant milk powders, etc. Skim milk products are again one another category in which we do all the similar operations as I discussed earlier, but we do remove the fat in all these steps before it is actually made into any form such as condensed milk, evaporated milk, or powdered milk. So the fat is removed because it does not have very good health properties. So sometimes we want to remove this kind of fat to produce skim milk powders and skim milk products. So this was all about the processing of milk and various products that we do achieve after these processings.